Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brooklyn for today's Rookie Showcase between the two rookie teams of the Virginia Beach Griffins and the Brooklyn Rush. Hello to everybody in the chat room alongside Ryan Karpinski and Andrew Rastelli. Shan Bonner on stats. I am Cameron Irvine. The last major event before the SFL Rookie Draft, the SFL preseason, and the kickoff of Season 12. Andrew and Ryan are our analysts today. How you doing, Andrew?
Doing great, thanks, Cam. Really excited to see how this game shapes out today.
How about you, Ryan?
I'm doing pretty good as well. I'm excited to see some of these rookies come in here, see a couple of which ones make a name for themselves in this game, and maybe bump themselves up the draft a little bit.
So the coin toss is happening as we speak. Brooklyn in yellow, Virginia Beach in white. Lots of rookies today. We'll get to the rosters as we go throughout the day. We'll tell you about the rules of the competition as well. We're all fired up. Virginia Beach and Brooklyn from New York. Ball's on the tee. Kick it. We're underway. From the 9-yard line on the return for Brooklyn up to the 28-yard line. We are looking pretty. All right, so what's at stake today? Rookies can gain value at the position they are playing at today if they do certain things. A half a point if your team wins, 1 full value point if you're a stat category leader, and 2 value points if you are the game's MVP. The handoff for Brooklyn on the game's first play is a 3-yard pickup. And for Brooklyn, that is running back Randy Mercury. Andrew, this has been a long time coming, approved by the competition committee in the offseason, and it's a very unusual event, but I think this is going to turn out to be a fun show today.
I agree. I think that this is something that rookies always look forward to, is the opportunity to see your man on the field and to see him taking the ball, making big plays, and making a difference as soon as possible.
Pass is caught for a 3-yard gain by Mercury. The quarterback for the Brooklyn Rush is Moody Mitchell, and some have speculated that he might be the #1 pick by St. Louis in the draft. We'll get Ryan's thoughts on that in a moment. 3rd down and 4 for Brooklyn, trying to move the chains on the first drive of the game. And Mitchell's sidearm throw is caught for a first down out to the 43-yard line. That pass, as we're looking to see the numbers, is caught by Ashley Jackson at wide receiver, number 86, her first catch of the showcase. .9:35 to go. Ryan, don't be shy. You can jump in at any time.
Yeah, just to quickly jump in there and kind of talk about Moody Mitchell, and you're bringing up he could be the potential first overall pick. I think that's very likely. They lost their quarterback over to San Francisco, so they're definitely going to be looking for a quarterback, and so him being the max silver potential that he is could very easily land right there at that #1 pick overall.
Zach Sandlin made that last tackle, only a gain of 1 for Mercury, who's touched the ball 3 times here in the first quarter. Don't go anywhere. Rich Pratchard will be joining us in the first quarter for a rookie interview as Mitchell's pass is caught at the far sideline and spinning away and getting a first down to the Virginia Beach 45. That receiver on the outside is Garen Malone III, who's coming into the draft, a reincarnation of sorts of Baltimore's Garen Malone. 8.5 to go in the first quarter. Chat shoutouts coming in a moment. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side. Mitchell back to pass, and Mitchell fires one, caught for a first down to the 31-yard line. The offense for Brooklyn outstanding so far. Malone III with his second catch, and Moody Mitchell is 4 of 4 for 38 yards.
Yeah, one thing that to keep note of on Moody Mitchell is that over the course of play before the showcase, he was very effective. Threw for about 75% against all competition this past season.
Yeah, we actually simmed a season with our rookies in the SFL's invisible minor league behind the scenes, and so we've got some numbers on all the guys for you today and what they've done leading up to this rookie draft on Tuesday. Randy Mercury gets another carry. It's a pickup of 3, and Ryan, this is crazy. I think with some rookie teams out there, they haven't been practicing together for very long, and we thought that it might be a more defensive game, but this is a great start for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, the offense for Brooklyn actually comes in going pretty well there. You got Moody Mitchell there, quarterback, like Andrew said. He was the league leader in the completion percentages. I think he was up there in the top 10 for passing touchdowns. And then you have that running back, Randy Mercury. He was actually the rushing leader for the season in yards and touchdowns, and was also second in yards per carry for that season. So it's very nice to see them both in such a rhythm early on.
Vancouver Legion asked in the chat, is it leading a stat category for the game or the team? It's leading a stat category in the entire game. So if you're the leading passer, you'll get a point. If you're the leading tackler, you will get a point, etc. That tackle made by Stephen Hacker at free safety, and that forces a 4th down, and Brooklyn will have to bring out kicker Kramer Jackman for the field goal.
Yeah, Jackman this past season, very automatic, under 30 yards. But over 40 yards, he started to struggle. He did get a 50-yarder, but he missed 4 from 40.
So this is a 42-yard field goal for Jackman to put Brooklyn on the board on the first possession, and Jackman's kick is good. How about that for Kramer Jackman as he is auditioning for a spot? Ryan, you are very familiar with the big board, the mock drafts. What is the speculation about where Jackman might end up?
Jackman, he ended up kind of a little bit towards the bottom of there. He came in a little bit later for the difference of the rookie big board, basically. And he actually came in right there at the bottom at the first round, so he could be one of the last few picks here. He's got a max bronze -6 contract. He was moderately active in the Discord, so he could be a really nice pickup for one of those teams that really want to look for a kicker. And I believe Alaska, I don't know if they got another one in yet. I think they're still looking for one, so he could be that pick that they get at that number 21 spot.
3-0 Brooklyn. Sorry for the quick technical difficulties. We're gonna make sure we don't have to go through that again here today. 3-0 Brooklyn on top of Virginia Beach after the first possession. The quarterback for Virginia Beach is Thomas Drew, and he is calling out different signals out of the eye. The handoff and not being able to break away from the tackle in the backfield. That was Reggie Streeter with his first carry. Tim Sims, who is irrelevant to the rookie draft, makes the stop.
Yeah, so for Thomas Drew coming out here, for Moody Mitchell being really efficient in his completion percentages, being number 1 in the league, Thomas Drew had the better yardage and touchdowns in the season. He was actually second in the completion percentage with 73%. He was up there in 4th for passing yards, and then also was the league leader in passing touchdowns with 38 this last season.
Pass is caught by Rich Pratchard, and if Rich is ready, we'll bring him on for an interview here coming up at the end of Virginia Beach's first offensive drive. So get ready, Rich. We've got you mic'd up coming up soon. 5:33 to go in the first quarter. Brooklyn leads 3-0. And this is stepping up in the pocket. Drew, and that pass is incomplete. That hit nearly came early, but hitting early and often is Leland Nichols at free safety. So could have been a pass interference there. Chat shout-outs to Xvila47, the Dead Knight 57, who hopes to join us in the second half on the broadcast. Matt Shady Slyn, Tom Rahman, 901 Justin J, who says that he plans to pick off Drew today. Mighty RX, Kanye Rockefeller, John Boy 26, H 2022, B Loveless 247, and many others. This a dump off and going nowhere. A vicious takedown there by Jaquanarius Johnson III, an outside linebacker, as Streeter can't do much of anything. Where is
Jaquanarius Johnson III is going to be a kind of a quiet leader in that linebacker core for Brooklyn. We should be looking forward to seeing more hits from him up the middle.
Deep ball on 3rd down and 10. That's knocked away by Rain Pagel. Also irrelevant to the rookie draft, but we've got plenty of players out there who are relevant. There's 26 rookies with value on the field. I've had a couple of rookies ask if they were a part of the draft or if they were part of the showcase, and just getting here just a little bit late, but still bringing up value, and there's going to be a few spots to latch on to a team, as that pass was intended for Pratchard, and Virginia Beach will punt it away. So Pratchard moves to the sideline. Rich, are you with us?
I am.
How are you doing, Rich?
Not bad tonight.
So obviously you're playing in this one-of-a-kind game. You joined the SFL in the booth off the field in season 11. So what made you decide to enter in the rookie draft and get on the field and get some interest there?
Well, honestly, I came into the league just wanting to broadcast. I love broadcasting, do it all the time, and was just looking for another another outlet, to be honest with you. But this league and this organization the SFL is just so intriguing and just a lot of fun. So, I just could not see myself not getting more involved and getting a player out there on the field.
Boy, your teammates got a huge tackle for loss there, but jumped offside. You got any lessons for him out there, Rook?
You got to watch the ball. You got to wait for that ball to move. Come on now.
So let's share your story, Rich. Where are you from? What do you do? And what kind of impact are you trying to make on the SFL in your rookie season? What type of wide receiver would you describe yourself as?
Well, I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas. I'm an IT manager most of the time, but I'm a football junkie and spend about 5 or 6 days a week now at least 5 or 6 days a week with the SFL, prepping for other games and broadcasting other games and doing PA for some games, and just a football guy. And as far as what kind of wide receiver, you got to be whatever your team needs. Just looking to be that big play guy that can stretch the field down. Stretch the defense downfield.
Shout out to Conch Boogie, who saw Zachary Bates just make that tackle for Virginia Beach. Excited about that. As quickly here on a 2nd down and 7, a long ball is incomplete and whacked away. Ashley Jackson was the intended receiver, and so now it's a 3rd down and 7. Rich, what's been the conversations like with the teams around the league? Do you have an idea of where you might be going, where you'd like to go? Is it kind of open season for you? What's kind of been your process through all that?
Well, it's kind of been a little bit open season just because I came in with not a lot of expectation on what position I'd be willing to play. I'm pretty open. I started off offering at outside linebacker and wide receiver, but I'm wide open to whatever a team needs. So
speaking of wide open, Jackson with her 2nd catch today, and that was a no-brainer. Look at that, wide open. Great dime there from Moody Mitchell, and then on the tackle was Drew Riley at a strong safety. So Brooklyn continuing their strong first quarter. We're talking with Virginia Beach wide receiver Rich Pratchard. I'll open it up to Andrew and Ryan. You guys have anything you want to pick Rich's brain about while we got him here? Silence.
Yeah, Rich, how do you, just making sure.
Hey, Rich, you can tell when guys don't broadcast too often, can't you?
Yeah, that's
just
right.
Kind of jumps off the page. Go ahead, Andrew.
Canadian standoff there. Did you enjoy the rookie process as you went through it over the off season? Did you feel like it like, was it engaging? Did it help you kind of get a feel for what each team that contacted you was looking for, and help you kind of establish that value as a player to start?
Yeah, it did actually. It gave me a chance to get more interactive with the other people in the league, something that I hadn't done at this point as just a broadcaster. The only people I interacted with were the people in the game chat during the games I was broadcasting. So it did give me a chance to interact with them, and then start getting to interact with the owners and general managers.
Zach Sandlin is everywhere. He prevents Brandy Mercury from getting a first down, and Brooklyn on a 4th and 1 from the Virginia Beach 46. Keeps the offense on the field, so we'll keep it here to see what Brooklyn does here on their second possession. It's 3-0. They're on top of Virginia Beach here in the first rookie showcase. And Mitchell using a hard count, and Brooklyn likely to take a timeout here.
On that point about Sandlin, he is a monster of an linebacker. He got 7 sacks over the course of the past season, 13 tackles for loss, and almost 120 tackles. And the guy is all over the field, and he is definitely going to be desirable in the draft.
And Andrew, we were talking about this idea of giving these rookies a chance to compile some numbers here prior to the draft. That's something that we hope to bring in a little bit more depth next season to the next rookie class as we develop this rookie program. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was something that we kind of threw together just to kind of give us more to talk about on the broadcast, and kind of give these players more of a feel going into the draft. But in the future, we hope to incorporate more of it as a feature rather than a luxury. And I think that that's really going to be something to look forward to.
Jacob Gustafson is returning punts today with the old school one-bar face mask there for Virginia Beach as they start their second possession here with Andrew Rostelli and Ryan Karpinski, along with Rich Pratchard, the wide receiver for Virginia Beach, as he's back out on the field, so we'll get back to him once he's off the field. I am Cameron Irvine here along with the call. Shan Varner is tracking live stats for us behind the scenes. Reggie Streeter with only a pickup of a couple. Ryan, you came into the league. What was your rookie season, Ryan?
My rookie season was actually season 10. It was the last season we had before we actually did a rookie draft, so I didn't get the luxury of or the privilege of being able to do this whole process. I did help out kind of behind the scenes with Andrew, trying to figure out exactly how we're going to get stuff figured out on setting rules and everything for it. But for season 10, it was an amazing season for me. I joined in on the season 9 championship game, and I know Chicago hates me bringing it up, especially with Shannon the call here. When Ray Bentley just kind of ran over Chicago, and it just literally ran away with the championship game. But when I joined in, I was instantly hooked. I was constantly in the Discord. I was looking up old games, and I feel the draft would have been another thing that I would have loved to have done, but it just wasn't quite ready for that time yet.
Streeter broke a tackle and then got whacked. Virginia Beach is going to have to punt this ball away, so we'll get back to Rich in a moment. But first, that's the end of the first quarter. We'll keep it right here. You are watching, listening to the SFL's Rookie Showcase here on Twitch TV. Stay tuned for more. Here in the second quarter, Brooklyn leads 3-0. We'll bring Rich Pratchard in for just a moment before we get back to action. Rich, you still with us?
I'm still here.
So, ultimately, Rich, what are you wanting to get out of Tuesday night? Are you hoping Would you rather go higher? Would you rather go to a specific team? Are you worried about not getting selected at all? What's the mindset here with 48 hours and counting?
You know, I haven't put a lot of thought into where I wanted to go. I like the idea of going somewhere that's looking for somebody to make an impact at whatever position they put me at. Somebody that needs somebody to fill that position, not just a role player, but somebody to actually make an impact.
Well, Rich, thanks so much for joining us on the broadcast. We hope we got to know you a little bit better. Can't wait to hear you in your full length first season as an SFL broadcaster, and good luck to wherever you might end up in the rookie draft on Tuesday night.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Andrew, back to the action on the field. Zach Sandlin, this is ridiculous. Kyle Kruger with that last tackle, but Zach Sandlin, every time I look up, he's made the play for Virginia Beach's defense.
Yeah, he came into the SFL looking to be that inside linebacker, that guy that is going to fill gaps and drop some of these heavy hitter running backs that we have in the league right now.
That pass is incomplete off the hands of Randy Mercury. Was open on the play, but Tony Law is going to have to punt it away. So after that first possession where Brooklyn was lights out, both defenses have settled in, and the rush punt team is back out on the field. I want to give some chat shout-outs, some bit shout-outs. Mix the Gamer with 1,300, honored to have his Brooklyn Rush uniforms being used for today's rookie showcase. He got third place in the Pro Bowl uniform voting, and so we decided to reward the third and fourth place getters with getting to be on the field in the rookie showcase. Firefan 43, Jam Pearson with 1,200 bits, Devonta 89, or Mac Jacks, C. Pundy, all with 1,200 bits, along with 3v1 LB3TTY, and then 1,000 bits from James Klein, 800 from Code Gaming HR and Amplified Ignorance. So lots of bit cheers over the week as the SFL is gearing up for Season 12. 9:40 to go. Streeter, best run of the day, broke a couple tackles, picks up 3 before the rush. We're all over that. Making that tackle primarily is Pharaoh Reigns at corner, and we'll give a chance right now to say for the first time publicly that the SFL has major announcements coming up this week. 4 nationally recognized sponsors. You will have heard of these companies. 4 new sponsors are coming into the SFL to be partnered with the league in Season 12 and beyond. Announcements coming later this week. All right, 3-0. Brooklyn's on top of Virginia Beach. 8:48 to go in the first half. Press coverage here for Brooklyn. 4 receivers for Virginia Beach. Thomas Drew hasn't done too much here in the first half. A wobbly pass is caught in traffic, caught by Gustafson. And I believe the penalty down the field is going to be pass interference, and he still caught it despite that.
What a catch by Gustafson. Yeah, this was a guy over the course of the last season, came just short of 1,000 yards receiving, 6 catches. Ended up in the end zone 10 times, good for sixth in the league in touchdowns. So he is a very effective wideout, and he shows his skills there.
Chat shout-outs, F. Calvin, Randy Mercury, Swole 2011, War City for Life, dropping the 300 bits, Array 146. Got a lot of SFL Nation here. Matthew Nola, Denver Nightwings, Shacker 3, Rude Dog 22. So many names, so little time. Deep ball, Drew, wide open, caught inside the 30 down to the Brooklyn 27-yard line. That's Rich Pratchard making the biggest play of the day so far.
Rich Pratchard shaping up, I'd say, to be the favorite target from Thomas Drew. And Drew is that gunslinger. He is not afraid to throw that ball at different colored jerseys. So look for him to take chances and make those home run balls as much as possible.
Andrew, what's Thomas Drew's outlook here in the draft? What has he done, and what can he still do to improve his position?
Well, Drew is looking at a max silver value which is perfect for any team needing to backfill a QB position. He's been very active throughout the entire rookie process, and is currently sitting sixth on the final big board brought out by our buddy Ryan here. So he's a very high valued player. He sits in the top 60 of chat ranking. So and he had a good progression record with St. Louis last season. So he's a very valuable asset to any team.
Pratchard's got 2 catches for 28 yards. Streeter 4 carries, 14 yards here as Virginia Beach is knocking on the door for the first time today. Drew is in the chat room right now watching his rookie on the field for the first time. A toss out to Streeter. He's going to pick up 3. Who says that tosses don't work? 2nd and 2. And Ryan, there's not a lot of quarterback options available across the league. What's that pool looking like? We'll get your thoughts after this play. 2nd and 2 at the 19. Virginia Beach in the red zone. 6:53 to go in the first half. And Drew steps back, flips it out, and he got the first down, extending Pratchard past the sticks. What a play by Pratchard. That's a veteran move, stretching the ball past the sticks. And Ryan, your thoughts on that and Drew's position?
Yeah, I mean, Drew's position as a quarterback, normally you see quite a bit of rookies coming in wanting to be a quarterback in the league, and in this class we actually have 5 of them. I know there are a couple teams that are still looking for some of their quarterbacks. I know I mentioned St. Louis earlier. Originally there was going to be Queen City. I was a little worried about it first, but then they kind of turned on the Jets here with their recent signings here today. But Thomas Drew, he's the second highest quarterback on the big board, basically the second highest quarterback based off values. We have 2 of them that are max silver. We got the next 2 in line are max silver -1s. So we could very easily see Thomas Drew and both Moody Mitchell both be taken off the board really early. And he's like Andrew said, he can be a gunslinger. He's got that young kid Brett Favre mentality where he slings the ball everywhere, and it doesn't matter who it goes to as long as it's completion.
Ipo Kinloa was the intended target for that attempted touchdown, nearly a pick from Drew, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 with 6:05 to go in the first half. Virginia Beach trying to take the lead, get their first points of the day here in the rookie showcase, and a deep ball into the end zone is knocked away by Brooklyn. Eamon Lukens knocks that away from Gustafson, and Virginia Beach will have to settle for 3, and the drive stalls out as the rush defense tightens up nearly halfway through the second quarter. And if you want to be like Rich Pratchard and you're a rookie and would like to introduce yourself and have the SFL learn more about you, just send me a DM and we'll hook you up in the game day direct message channel for the rookie showcase. 33-yard field goal for Virginia Beach. They do not have a star kicker, and that kick is good from 33 yards. Kevin Epstein, the veteran, and it is 3-3. We're all tied up in the first half of the showcase.
Yeah, tough break for Kinloa there in the end zone. He was one of the better targets from the tight end position, catching just about as many yards and even more catches than Pratchett over the course of the season. He's a great red zone target. They utilized him for 10 touchdowns. Look for Kinloa at that tight end position. If he gets drafted there, he's going to be effective.
Short kick fielded from the 14-yard line, and a nice return out to the 34. So back out comes Moody Mitchell at quarterback. Randy Mercury is his running back. The receivers, Ashley Jackson and Garen Malone III, have already combined for 5 receptions. Tight end John Barnhart looking to get things moving on the defensive side for Virginia Beach. We've already seen plenty of Zach Sandlin and Kyle Kruger at the linebacking spots. Mitchell going to throw. Pass is caught. First down and more. Pass midfield, and that may be, it is John Barnhart with his first catch, and What can you guys tell us about Barnhart and what he's done and where he sits?
Right now, he's actually sitting at about the 18th spot on the big board. He's looking to be a wide receiver. The only thing, actually, nothing's really holding him back. The only thing that held him back from getting a max silver was he came in about halfway through the check-ins, and so he's at a max silver -4, and he can be a playmaker. He's definitely up there in the receiving cores for everybody. He's gotten 84 catches for 950 yards and 6 touchdowns playing over at the tight end spot. So he's definitely can get in some of those mismatches going against some of those smaller cornerbacks that cover up usually a slot receiver or even a linebacker. So it is something you might be able to exploit with him, and I'm hoping to be able to see him kind of get some more plays.
Kruger nearly got that interception on another pass intended for Jackson. So Barnhart could really benefit here. He could move up big time on the big board if he catches a touchdown and leads some stat leaderboards and all that stuff. So that'd be very interesting to see if he can erupt today as Randy Mercury gets a carry 7 yards to the Virginia Beach 42-yard line. It's 3rd and 3.
There's the Randy Mercury that we've been waiting for. This is the type of running back that really can power through the middle there. The play calling finally worked to his strength, and we saw it right there. 7 yards, real easy.
4:45 to go in the first half. This is Moody Mitchell at quarterback on a 3rd down and short, and Mercury's got the first down, and that will make a lot of SFL teams scouting Randy Mercury at the running back position very happy to see him move the chains.
Yeah, that's something you always want from your running backs, be able to get that tough yardage on 3rd down, those 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 plays. That's something that's going to keep you in the league for a long time. Even if you're not a starter, you can come in as that 3rd down back and reliably get those 3rd down conversions.
Mitchell, deep ball down to the 17-yard line. Malone, the 3rd, snags that one from going out of bounds, and Mitchell's got Brooklyn back in the red zone.
It's all in the family there with Malone. Out there on the outside, right along the sideline, grabbing this ball right out of the air, and there's no one around him. Virginia Beach is lucky that he was not able to stay in bounds.
So with 4:07 to go in the first half, it's 3-3. But Brooklyn is trying to answer back on Virginia Beach's first scoring drive of the day. Jam Pearson was in coverage there, but undercut the route. He's outside on Malone at the bottom of the screen. Handoff, and a great play in the backfield made by Drew Riley at strong safety, and he put down Mercury for a 2-yard loss.
Great play by the latecomer, really. He showed up in the rookie process rather late. He inherited the strong safety position in the showcase tonight, and boom, there it is. A play.
Here goes Mercury. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. Randy Mercury got a couple of blocks there, and he exploded and cut off Rostelli's analysis. Even I thought you were going to get that finish before Mercury reached the end zone.
She would like a shot out of a cannon.
Again, that's what we expect to see out of him. He was the leading rusher, both in yards and touchdowns past season. He ran for over 2,500 yards, 24 touchdowns. He was effective out of the passing game too, and he was 2nd place in yards per carry, a little over 8 yards per carry. That's how this guy runs. Expect to see this.
So Randy Mercury showing up and showing out here in the first half. The running back position in the SFL lost, or one more spot got gobbled up today with the announcement that A.J. Francis has signed with the Tallahassee Pride and will not retire. Ryan, what does the running back market look like out there across the league? Is there any place that that you're thinking that Mercury could end up most?
That actually is a very good question on it. Before the signings today, I actually would have probably told you I thought he might go over to Tallahassee. after Jaye Eniola just kind of departed from us here. And with the signing today, I'm not 100% certain where he might end up now. And that was pretty much my one surefire kind of area that I was thinking he might end up at. But it's wherever he's going to end up at, they're going to be very, very lucky and extremely happy to have this young man. He has been on a tear for the whole season that he played this last time, and it is going to be an interesting to see where he ends up at.
Andrew, obviously quarterback and running back positions are the most popular in the league. Really nice draw play there to Streeter, pick up 5. As you look at the updated running back numbers there, Streeter with just 8 yards in the first half. But quarterback, running back, hard to come by, very popular positions. But that's the beauty of the SFL, right? You can come in, and if you don't get it this go around, you can get it next season, whether that be with a position change or, you know, by starting up a new player and trying to build that value. And off, Streeter, first down and more, 40, and that's all he got. Really nice tackle there in the open field. I thought he was going to get more than that. Pagel with the stop, but Streeter with back-to-back excellent runs. And back to Andrew for his thoughts.
That was a great run by Streeter. Glad to see him warming up too. You know, that's one of my favorite things about the SFL at the moment. The way that it runs is the single-season contracts. And every single season, you can find something fresh and new to do in this league. You are not trapped in a position, trapped in a team, or in a role that you don't want to fill. I mean, every season can be brand new for you in some way. And I think that's very valuable. The SFL is.
Jukin Roken with that last stop, a TFL, a 3-yard loss. Defensive tackle playing for Brooklyn. 2-minute warning. We'll take it. You're watching the SFL Rookie Showcase on Twitch TV 2 days before the rookie draft. This is Drew on 2nd down and 13 and nearly intercepted. That was Everett Garrison, who had a chance to make a big splash in this game and dropped it.
Everett Garrison is another one of those monster linebackers. This guy can tackle. He had a 140 solo tackle, 11 sacks, and 17 tackles for loss. Do not get wrapped up by this man. He will not continue going.
3rd down and 13. This throw from Drew, deep, caught, first down to the 39. Gustafson, and Drew has gone deep middle twice with success against the rush defense, and Virginia Beach is moving the chains in the 2-minute offense.
Interesting to see that Drew having success against these with Thomas Rahman Jr. back there. And Justin Jones, also very talented corner. And this is not a weak secondary. He's making it happen.
Streeter picks up 3, and now no huddle offense here with 1:16 to go. A little surprised they ran it to Streeter with the way Drew's been throwing the ball on this drive. He'll throw, and that pass is caught in coverage. What a dart from Drew. Pass is caught by Rich Pratzert again, who's at the top of the screen. No huddle some more. 1 minute to go. Drew, look alive. Pratchard, first down to the 13-yard line. What a drive for Drew here. 3 for 3 on his last 3 throws. Drew again against a heavy blitz. Got away from it, and then is sacked back at the 19-yard line. Sack made by Jukin Roken.
Jukin Roken showing what a Bronze Star can do, even in the SFL. He is getting around. He's making them pay for paying too much attention to the more talented defenders up front. And that's a big man, and he moved right around that offensive.
Man, Drew really a really great play to avoid the first tackle. but then could not get away. Brooklyn brought the house. 2nd and 16 for Drew. Dumps it off on a screen to Streeter. Streeter breaks a tackle and then is shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line by Johnson III. And so it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 as Brooklyn's trying to hold to another field goal.
This is going to be one of those plays where I want to see what Drew decides to do here. Is he going to try to go for the home run shot, or is he going to actually try to get himself down there, get that 1st down, and give themselves a fresh set here to try to punch it in?
4 receivers. This is Drew. 3rd down and 12. Pass caught. Touchdown, Rich Pritchard. And Virginia Beach is down by just a point.
It only seemed like a matter of time. Rich Pritchard was finding that opening this whole drive, especially during the no huddle earlier. And he found that exact same spot that he was hit in 3 previous times. And this time it just happened to be in the end zone. Great play by Rich to get open. Even better throw by Drew.
Shout out to Real Jackpot Gaming, who says, I have no idea why or how I got here, but I like it. And
it was destiny.
It was destiny. We certainly appreciate that. Make sure to join our Discord community. Get on the field like all these rookies out here today. We're about to get drafted in 2 days. And even if you are not a part of the Rookie Showcase game, you can be a part of a team in Season 12. A special shout-out going to Devonta 2, who has been very, very active. He's got all his bits in. Just got here right after all the rookie check-ins and all the rosters locked for the rookie showcase and all that, but he's hoping to add some value to a team as well, so look him up. And any rookies looking to gain some value, let me know, and I'll try to do my best to make it happen for you as James returns it out to the 34-yard line. There's 30 seconds to go in this first half in a 10-10 ball game and a really entertaining first rookie showcase in the SFL.
So, go ahead, Andrew.
No, please.
All right. So this drive here, I mean, they're lining up here. I'm expecting them to run the ball. We see a lot of teams to do this and just kind of wind out the clock. But what I really want to see is a team just go for it. I just want them to go for those deep balls and everything.
Well, Mercury got 4 yards. He almost turned the corner. Tackle made by Zachary Bates. And with 16 seconds to go, Brooklyn electing not to call any timeouts. They're just going to run out the stretch. Mercury's got another 1st down to the 46-yard line, and then they'll set up Mitchell for a Hail Mary. I think that's what they wanted to do the whole time, just to give Mitchell some street cred, see if he can get a Hail Mary in the showcase game.
Maybe. Maybe we'll see a Doug Flutie.
This is definitely the time to show off if you're going to show off. Yeah, Mercury, again, like I was saying, is very dependable. If you need 4 yards, he'll more likely get you those 4 yards. He just did it, 3 times there. So we're going to see this ball high and far unless he holds on to it too long.
Broken 2 tackles, a sack, a pass deflection, and a tackle for loss here in the first half. Drew, 9 of 15 for 58 yards and a touchdown after the completion to Pritchard. This is Mitchell throwing it as far as he can to end the first half, and it's way too far. Intercepted by Bobby Malone, and too bad that's not going to get a rookie any value because Mitchell just rocketed that one into the end zone and found a generic out there.
There's that rookie excitement. You have the chance to show off.
That's right.
And you showed off the wrong thing.
So Mitchell throws a pick just to end the half. We're tied at 10 here in the showcase from Brooklyn. The Rush hosting the Griffins as we get some first half analysis coming your way. As you see Thomas Rahman Jr. walking off the field. Strong safety for Brooklyn. First half numbers, look at that. 151 to 150. Time of possession pretty even. That turnover really inconsequential. Right now, Drew with 132 passing yards is leading the day. Thomas Rahman Jr. with 5 tackles as well. As that has come very quietly. Must have come a lot of that during the Pritchard interview, but Some rookies standing out here. What's caught your attention, Ryan and Andrew?
The first thing that popped out of me was the tackles there. I mean, I didn't really see him a whole lot, so he real quietly racked up those 5 tackles. And then Jukin Rukin, also with that 1 sack, coming at a pretty good time there. So the big thing I would love to see is these cornerbacks kind of coming in here and trying to take over the passing game. We've seen these quarterbacks kind of getting some good looks, some deep looks. As we see the highlight here right now, I mean, he was wide open over the middle. Even the safety's got to get in there. I myself coming back from as a cornerback when I played, and you got to stick to those guys, man. It's gonna be one way that you're gonna be able to prove your worth to some teams. They need those cornerbacks that can just cover anybody on the field.
For Virginia Beach, Jamal Wooding and Jam Pearson are the corners, and for Brooklyn, it's Austin Jones, number 22, and Pharaoh Raines, number 36. Pressure's on them in the first half. Pratchard, 83 yards and a touchdown after the first 2 quarters of play. And there's the end of that half. Mercury with 54 yards and a touchdown. Streeter with 19 yards and a whole half to play. Virginia Beach 10, Brooklyn 10. The Rookie Showcase 2 days ahead of the draft continues next. All right, Brooklyn kicking off to Virginia Beach to begin the second half of play. And Gustafson on the return, 35-40, 1 man to beat, trying to turn the corner, and Gustafson gets caught at the 43-yard line. But what a return for Jacob Gustafson to start the half.
That is a great start for Jacob. Definitely setting his team up in a really, really good spot to go here. And hopefully we'll be able to see if they'll be able to capitalize on this. And that's going to be one way you're going to help your value there, is also in that return game. We had some people that were this last season, some really good returners. First one that comes to mind, Max Jackson out of Las Vegas. He had 3 straight games with a return for a touchdown in the return game. So
10:53 to go. Ryan, I'm interested to see where Gustafson's stock is at here as Streeter picks up just a yard. Johnson the third and there again on another tackle. Unlike quarterbacks and running backs, wide receivers usually have a little bit more wiggle room as teams employ 2, 3, even 4 wide receiver sets sometimes. Where is Gustafson on the chart, and where might he be going, do you think?
Right now, he's actually ranked up there, number 16 on the rookie big board that we've been putting out this offseason. I mean, you kind of hit it on the head. It all depends on what teams are going to be employing what strategy. We had Dallas last season with four wide receivers, and he right now is the 5th ranked wide receiver based on what we have currently for people declaring their positions and everything. But he's had a pretty solid game from what he's played so far, and he could be boosting his stock up with some teams, especially with that return he just had.
And off to Streeter. Bounce. Oh, my goodness. He just broke somebody's ankles. Streeter's going to score for the touchdown. That was one of the best runs I've ever seen. And it comes in the Rookie Showcase. No way. Who was that just fell? Look at this again. Right there. Oh, my. That was brutal. I'm not sure who that was. If it was Jones or it's actually he's wearing number 29, and I don't have him on my roster, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's just a typo or if that was foreshadowing to something bad happening to that player. But we'll have to get some clarification on that as soon as we can. But oh my goodness, Reggie Streeter, welcome to the showcase.
Reggie Streeter showing up his counterpart, Mercury's. Look, I can run it in from 10 yards. And Streeter says, look what I can do.
Wow, that was, have you ever, Andrew, you and I have been doing this for a long time. Have you ever seen a player slide that far out of the camera? That was crazy.
No, he must have found a slick spot in the field. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting there. I doubt it really brought much to the table, however.
Well, Brooklyn now all of a sudden finding themselves trailing for the first time in this game. And the Rush gonna have to, oh man, they're gonna have to figure something out here. That was an amazing run by Reggie Streeter. And Matt Shady Slynn asked, could we have a rundown of the individual stats at the end of the game? Of course. We will be going over all the players who earned value boosts. If you're a Max Silver, you're not eligible to earn any value boosts today, but hopefully somebody can put them to good use as they sign over the next few days. That's a loss of 2 yards on the play. Tackle made by Denzel Maverick. Haven't gotten to talk about him yet. A defensive tackle. What are the numbers like for Maverick, Andrew?
Maverick had a really great game, really great season. He was 9th in sacks with 12.5, and 55 solo tackles, 5 assists, and 16 tackles for loss, however, and that's really where he was effective. He was great against the run game up front.
And he just made another tackle for loss. Maverick, back-to-back tackles for loss for Virginia Beach. Ryan, where does his draft stock lie today? And you've been a little bullish on the team predictions of where these guys are going. What did the mock drafts say?
Well, so for Denzel Maverick, he's actually got himself up there, pretty good ranking there. He's in the top 10 for the big board. He's got his chat ranking up there at number 15.
Wow.
A Max Silver number 1. Yeah, he's a constant figure within the Discord. He's always talking. He's always kind of learning, kind of working with all the other rookies, kind of getting used to everybody. And it's something that a team really looks forward to. They really want those guys to be really active, kind of become the face of the league here. And for him, I expect him to kind of go actually as a defensive tackle. It is his first choice that he really wants to do. And as for a team, I would honestly say right now the mock drafts actually have him getting picked up as a secondary, as a running back over at New Orleans Pharaohs.
Oh wow!
If he would, yeah, that's what I was just looking at here. If it were my opinion here, I would think he would kind of go. We saw how powerful a defensive lineman is last season with the record-setting season that Alex Dominguez had. And if I had my choice for where he's at, I feel he would be picked over for a defensive tackle spot. In my opinion, he could be going over to Vancouver. They had Franco Sonati last season.
Yeah.
He left, and I can't remember exactly where he went off the top of my head at the moment.
San Francisco.
San Francisco, that's correct, actually. So I could see them replacing him with Denzel Maverick and try to get that penetration each time, tackles for losses, like he's just shown time in and time out so far.
Could go to, as Mitchell's going deep down the field. That pass is caught. 30, 25, 20, 15 down to the 14-yard line is the official spot. And that goes to Damon James, but Moody Mitchell making the big headlines of that throw as Brooklyn is bouncing right back as the offenses are showing up and showing out here in the third quarter as somebody for Virginia Beach went flying off the screen. I believe that was Bobby Malone at strong safety, who's inconsequential, but yeah, there's a couple of spots, and I like that you brought up New Orleans there, Ryan, because New Orleans, along with London, Dallas is also running backless. Carolina is running backless, so there's, oh boy, that pass nearly intercepted. Nice play there by Stephen Hacker at free safety. So there actually are 3 or 4 running back opportunities still out there, and those teams paying very close attention to Reggie Streeter and Randy Mercury's play today.
Yeah, and going back to
my mock draft has Randy Mercury going to Dallas at that number 2 spot. Like I see them as jumping on the opportunity to get that game-changing running back.
And off to, I don't think that's Mercury. I think Jason Candidate has come in to give Mercury a breather. This is a long drive, 3rd down and 5. And I think, Ryan, you had something else to say?
Yeah, going back to that long pass that Moody Mitchell just threw, that was Stephen Hacker who was able to chase down the receiver to save that touchdown there, and then followed it immediately up with almost getting an interception himself. So he's making a name for himself here in just those last few plays.
Toss and in trouble. That's Victor Jones making the stop for Virginia Beach, but it's 4th and 11, and Brooklyn can't do anything. They get in the red zone and stall out. But it will bring on Kramer Jackson for his second opportunity to hit a field goal and put Brooklyn down 4. This is a much easier one than his first one from 43, a 31-yard attempt from the right hash. F. Calvin asks, at what time is the SFL draft on Tuesday? I'm from Argentina. The SFL draft is at 6 Central, so 6 in the Chicago time zone. As Jackman is 2 for 2 today, it's 17-13 Virginia Beach.
Yeah, unfortunate end to the Brooklyn drive there. They were really efficient up until touching the red zone there, and then they just couldn't seem to make anything happen. And really, the defensive MVP of that drive had to be Stephen Hacker. Not only did he chase down that receiver, but then he also deflected the pass in the back of the end zone. So he really made sure that drive ended where it did.
Streeter, 9 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Moody Mitchell's now 10 of 16 for 156 yards, and not counting the interception he threw at the end of the first half, he's had a really nice game. Drew has... his completion percentage is not as good, but he has hit more game-changing plays to Gustafson and Rich Pratchard, as Drew will fire it out far side. Stopping on a dime is Gustafson to pick up a first down. He is having a really stellar third quarter here with that long kick return and a couple of critical catches for first downs.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in halftime. Was it defensive adjustments leaving Gustafson open, or was it offensive adjustments getting him open? But he is completely night and day.
Streeter, oh boy, I thought he was going to break another one. Picks up 5, spun back inside of the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Pagel again, who's been everywhere. But Streeter on his 10th carry making some inroads. If you're a rookie out there and you want to get on the air, now's your chance. Send me a DM. We've got an open slot, as we had a rookie that could not get away from work to join us here on the call, as Drew's pass is incomplete, intended for Pratchett. Again, Pagel knocks that away, 3rd down and 5. Coming up, just send me a DM if you're interested.
Free safety's getting a workout here in the third quarter between Hacker and Pagel. The running up the middle is happening more. The passes over the middle are happening more. So there's definitely been an adjustment there. We're not seeing as much running or passing to the outside.
It's 3rd down and 5, and Virginia Beach has gone empty. 4 receivers, 2 to either side, and Drew with a little bit of pressure. Pass caught over the head and dragged down to the 24-yard line is Mackenzie Frizel, who is a veteran, a non-contract veteran of the SFL, but that went over the head of somebody as defenses continue to get exposed here in the second half.
Yeah, we saw Justin Jones show up late on this play. He wasn't quite in position to make that tackle, but number 28 there got there just in time in order to stop that run short.
A monstrous play from Drew, and Streeter's in a lot of trouble. Way back in the backfield, they give him forward progress for a loss of 3, but Everett Garrison making the stop. Let's get some information on Garrison. How did he do leading up to the showcase on the field?
Garrison, a tackle machine, and we're finally seeing it here. He is known for getting into the backfield with 17 tackles for loss. 160 tackles all season with 11 sacks. This guy's an effective input.
Drew out to Streeter and back to Garrison. All right, Ryan, what's our mock drafts looking like? What's the draft value or draft stock for Garrison? And by the way, if you want to catch up on all the rookie articles, some fantastic coverage by our SFL beat team, you can visit simulationfl.net.
So looking at the mock draft that I have up here, we've got an Atlanta Swarm actually picking him up here, but not as a linebacker. They have him looking like he's going to.
Oh, wait a minute! That's intercepted. That's intercepted. We got to talk about that. Off the deflection, that pass is picked off by Leland Nichols, I believe. And Brooklyn's got a lot of guys in their secondary making some big plays here as of late. And Virginia Beach has turned it over. Both quarterbacks have an interception. All right, Ryan, now forgive me. Back to
that's all right. Yeah, so Atlanta, it looks like we have Atlanta picking him up here as a cornerback, actually. I think that they could also pick him up as a linebacker instead of a cornerback, slot him in right next to one of the top tackle getters consistently every season, Aquanta Shine. Who also had a record last season with, I believe it was 21 solo tackles in a game. And you think about that and just being able to be in the right spot at the right time, that would be one of the greatest people to learn from. So I could definitely see him going down there to Atlanta, either as a cornerback or as a linebacker.
Ashley Jackson with another catch, 5-yard gain. With 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, yeah, Atlanta, there's no better place you'd want to play linebacker probably than Atlanta. They know how to get the most out of their front seven. 2nd down and 5, handoff late to Mercury, and Mercury loses 2. And Randy Mercury, who had a strong first 1.5 quarters, has kind of gone quiet as that tackle made by Drew Riley, and this Virginia Beach defense has stepped it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the face of that interception, which Thomas Drew can do. He basically had a solid 2-to-1 ratio, TD to interceptions, but he does throw a little bit more wildly. I think it was only a matter of time.
Shout out to Stephen Hacker there. He knocked that pass away. Nearly had an interception. Brooklyn's got to punt it away, and Virginia Beach is sharpening the knives here in the second half. 5 tackles for Sandlin. Garrison's got 4 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a pass deflection. A couple of defensive standouts from today's ball game. Again, leaders in tackles, tackle for loss, pass defended, interception, and I think I got all the defensive categories. We'll get a point. Winners get a half a point added to their value, and the MVP can get 2 points if he needs it or she needs it, as Ashley Jackson playing for Brooklyn.
We've seen a little bit less of Jackson this half. They're definitely using other tools here, which seems she can be very effective, as we saw this past season with her getting just under 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. But she was 6th in yards after the catch. She was averaging about 8.5 yards after the catch.
What a dart to Pratchard there, as Pratchard continues to rack up the receptions here in New York. A nice afternoon, really across the U.S. after some ugly storms rushed the country last night, or a couple nights ago. That pass again out to Pratchard near a first down. We'll get it out to the Brooklyn 45-yard line, and that's got to be, we'll get the official numbers from Shan here in a second, but that's got to be 6 or 7 catches now for Rich. 1:22 left in the third quarter. Virginia Beach up 4. Yeah, 7 catches, 102 yards. Thank you, Shan, for Pratchard. He's having himself a day, working on an MVP-type day. Toss out to Streeter, and he is, I tell you what, Streeter, Gustafson, Pratchard here in the third quarter have been working it for Virginia Beach. They move the chains and keep the offense on the field some more.
That's the kind of play you want to see out of a running back. When you're at less than a yard to go, you're able to just throw the ball out his way and have him pick it up for you.
Split backs, 2 receivers. And Drew straight back, fires it outside. Pratcher, they said he did not go out of bounds all the way until the 32-yard line. We might have our first challenge here, which SFL officials probably need to practice with before hitting the regular season.
Yeah, if I remember regular season and playoffs, Optimus Klein might have something to say to those referees.
Yeah. Well, that was probably the most egregious of last season. 2nd and 1 at the 32. There was no review. And the handoff to Streeter. Broke a tackle. Gets out to the 27-yard line. Auditioning right now is Reggie Streeter, averaging 3.9 yards a carry. And we saw what some of the running backs could do for teams that need them last year. Donk Bonkers had a really nice season in New Orleans. London, this will be their first time carrying a star running back in a season or 2. Same goes with Dallas. And then Carolina trying to replace A.J. Francis. I'd say that Carolina and New Orleans are probably the top targets there. End of the 3rd quarter. Rolling on into the 4th. If you were a running back, Andrew, where would you want to go?
Let's see. You know, I got to go New Orleans. You know, they showed with Don Bunkers last season just how effective and efficient they can run the ball. And if I wanted to start a very long career at running back in the SFL, that would be a great place to start. Arrington and his crew there know how to use their running back in order to keep drives running, and that is definitely somewhere where I would want to be as a running back in the league.
Drew! Oh, it's picked off! Drew's pass is intercepted by Thomas Rahman Jr. And what a play in heavy traffic.
Ooh, great play by Rahman Jr. I saw him do this in practice the other day. One of these things where he just turned into the route and just snatches it out of the air. Now that's how you get your team back in it when the other team was driving. Great play.
Before that pick, Streeter had reached 72 yards on 14 carries. Mercury, wow! Oh man! Randy Mercury! What vision! Out to the 41-yard line. How he found the hole there was remarkable. Sandlin saves the touchdown, his 6th tackle.
We talk about Sandlin doing everyone else's job. Like, where is the safety? As he has to turn around from the linebacker position and run for his life to catch that ball carrier. Great play by Sandlin. Even better play by Mercury.
That may be his most impressive play of the day, Sandlin, chasing down a running back from behind. I don't know where everybody else's money is, but he has been probably the most impressive rookie today. Deep ball, Mitchell, caught, 35-30, it's Ashley Jackson, it's a touchdown for Brooklyn.
There she is. Let's hear it for the girl. She grabs it way out of there. Great play from Ashley in order to get open on the outside and make everyone pay for it. Beautiful play, beautiful throw from Moody Mitchell.
Oh man, that was horrific. Not the play. Not the play.
Yeah, that was Drew really trying to reach in there, trying to get that ball right before it hit Ashley Jackson, and just mistimed it slightly, and that ball squeaked through, and there was no one behind him to be able to stop her in case that was the exact worst scenario.
By the way, Thomas Rahman Jr. with 6 tackles, 2 passes defended, and a pick. His interception turned into an Ashley Jackson touchdown. And what a rookie showcase we have had today. With 9:44 to go in the 4th quarter, it's 20-17. And a shout out to Rastelli for hexing all these rosters and putting this this game on for you while our president, Jermaine Smith, is getting prepared to get married. And hopefully will not be in the doghouse too much because he'll have lots of rosters to hex around the holidays.
Nothing like some honeymoon hexing.
Yeah, that's right. I told him on that honeymoon, Once that first night is over, yeah, you got to get back to work. Jackman with a nice kick there, nearly reached the end zone. So Virginia Beach back down 20-17. And, oh man, that Let's Hear It for the Girls is going to be in my nightmares for a long, long time. First, although I appreciate you for being okay enough with yourself to put it on the air. That's
to make me feel better. I was doing finger guns while I sang.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's how legends are made. As you look at the Streeter and Mercury updated numbers, both running backs showing signs of long SFL careers, and I do believe that number 29 now is Austin Jones, since I have not seen a 22 out there. So Austin Jones is that corner at the top of the screen, and Streeter runs into a wall. That's Johnson III, who hasn't been making the flashy plays, but he's been in there on a number of tackles today.
Yeah, like I was saying near the top of the game, that you're going to see Johnson make a quiet impact here in this game. He had 92 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 5 PDs, 5 tackles for loss.
Johnson almost picked that off. And that forces a 4th down, and Virginia Beach, all of a sudden, this game is turned on its head. Johnson's got 6 tackles, by the way. And Brooklyn's going to get the ball back with the lead. And hey, shout out to War City for Life at the top of this week's bit leaderboards now, 1,400. Topping Mix the Gamer. Mahmoud Ajlani, AJ Today, Jackson, Sir Spoonicator, Denver Nightwings, B Loveless 247, Crash Combs, Ethan Kai, all here in the chat room. Lots of teams scouting players, lots of teams looking to see if rookies are involved in the chat room today, if they're all over this game. I can tell you that between the two chat rooms right now, in terms of the energy and excitement, Virginia Beach is pushing the narrative on the sidelines, but right now trailing by 3. As we right now have 97 viewers, and I'm not sure if we reached the century mark today or not, but stellar numbers for our inaugural Rookie Showcase. Love seeing that, Rastelli.
Yeah, I love the fact that we are getting a response out of this game, and it definitely makes it worth it to come back to it in future seasons. It's going to be something I really hope to keep going, because I think this is a lot of fun. I mean, we're having a lot of fun watching these rookies kind of show us what they got.
Well, when people show, I'll get your thoughts in a minute, Ryan. When people show their support for content, we're going to keep delivering content, and that's a really nice tackle made by Kyle Kruger, and it forces a critical 3rd down and 5. Sorry, Ryan, for cutting you off.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say, when a finger gun Rastelli's having fun, you know everyone's having fun.
I think that's the first 2 times finger guns have ever been referenced on an SFL broadcast. Mitchell, pass caught, 1st down to the 38-yard line, and that's the tight end, John Barnhart, with his 2nd 1st down of the game, and Brooklyn's on the move trying to put this on ice.
Great play by Barnhart, great play by Mitchell to keep this drive not only alive, but give themselves a nice chunk of field to work with now. So now they're on the other side of the field, knocking on the door of the red zone. And look at Mitchell. He's got a rating of 102. He's not having a bad game. So, if he just keeps this up, they're going to be looking real nice going into the later part of this tour.
Mitchell intercepted at the 28-yard line. Pass is picked off by Stephen Hacker.
And there's that pastor's cursed.
We've been talking about him. He's been making plays the whole game, and it's really, really great move here. Now his offense needs to come back and not give the ball away and finish the job. Get down the field. A touchdown would be nice. A field goal keeps you in it.
And Hacker just cheered 100 bits for the pick. He's trying to do what Thomas Rahman Jr. was able to do for the Brooklyn squad. Get a turnover, get a touchdown, but Streeter is going nowhere but backwards. A loss of 3 as Howard Flemings makes the play for Brooklyn.
And this second half is definitely what I've been wanting to see. These secondaries are starting to just get their hands on the ball and knocking them down. Hacker's got those 7 tackles, 3 pass defenses, and that interception he just got there to put his team back in position here. A little bit over 6 minutes left. We'll see what they can do with it.
102 viewers in a very close rookie showcase ball game. They give it off to Streeter again. He picks up 6. Tackle made by by Tim Sims. But man, we've had a close Pro Bowl. We had a close championship game. We've had a close rookie showcase. It's been a fun offseason. Look at those numbers for Rich Pratchett. 10 for 121 on a whopping 14 targets. 3rd down and 7 for Drew. Drew to throw. Oh, it's knocked away. What a play as Gustafson was wide open. Everett Garrison saves a 1st down, and with 5:57 to go, there's too much time, and Virginia Beach is going to have to punt.
Another great play by Garrison here from that linebacker position. I kind of want to call out a couple guys we haven't talked a lot or heard their names from today, like Logan Jack, the defensive end that's playing for Brooklyn there. He had 78 solo tackles, 18.5 sacks with 18 tackles for loss. We haven't heard from him at all today. He's been contained. So maybe he can get in here and help Brooklyn kind of keep Virginia Beach at bay, as they just did.
Drew is 17 of 22, but now has a couple of picks. Hacker with 7 tackles, 3 passes defended, and a pick now. And Barnhart's caught a couple of balls for 14 yards, but Brooklyn is back in control as Virginia Beach can do nothing with the turnover. Let's a look at Malone III, who's been pretty quiet here in the second half. Mitchell changing the play. 7 in the box for Virginia Beach. And off Mercury. And Randy Mercury picks up 7.
Another name that we haven't heard from today, Virginia Beach's defense, would be Jim Pearson. Jim Pearson had 18 passes defended and 9 interceptions over the course of the season. We haven't seen him at all today, so either he has not been effective or they've been avoiding him, which is what's more likely.
1 receiver either side. Mercury, quick dump off, and only got a couple of yards. That's a generous spot from Moody Mitchell. 3rd down and 1. This stop means everything to Virginia Beach right now, down 3. Shout outs to our existing sponsors who continue to show their outstanding support for the SFL. We'll get to those on 3rd down and 1, and Mercury's got a 1st down. The Brooklyn drive will continue. Spygo, your choice for sound enforcement. APM Music, the exclusive music provider of the Simulation Football League. MediaTek Institute, Matt Doyle Designs, Richards Printworks, and Score Stream, so many others. And we're going to have 4 new national sponsors joining us next week. We're so excited for this announcement. They're going to be integrated all throughout the SFL. And here's some even cooler news. Those sponsors are so excited about getting involved with the SFL that when you buy their product, a portion of the proceeds for that product will go back to the SFL. We're loving these new sponsorships we're going to be announcing this next week. Stay tuned for more details. 2nd down and 15 here as Virginia Beach is desperate for a stop. That tackle made by Jabari Nioli. And this is 3rd down and 13. Now or never for Virginia Beach.
Yeah, and on that last play for the tackle, Jim Pearson, I was just talking about getting in there and making the play. And now we got a very long down here, Brooklyn, to try and keep that clock moving and keep the advantage in their favor.
AJ Levy just cheered 5,323 bits. He's now the top of the leaderboard with 73-23. And this is a handoff and it's going nowhere. So 4th down, Virginia Beach is going to get one more crack at it. And Zach Sandlin, who just got off the field for Virginia Beach here, we're hoping to get in on the call. Zach, you with us? We'll work on his audio on the back end of things. We'll try to get him in before the broadcast. 2:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Sandlin and his teammates fired up about a potential force of overtime or victory. From the 13, Gustafson, decent return out to the 21-yard line. 2:29 left. This for all the marbles is touchdown Drew, as he likes to call himself. Thomas Drew will try to win the game. And Zach, if you could mute your broadcast behind the scenes, we'd appreciate it. Welcome to the show. Zach?
Zach?
He's toying us right now.
Yeah,
Hey, how you doing,
Hey.
Zach? Hey, we're about to potentially witness a Virginia Beach comeback victory here, as Drew's pass is caught on the sideline of the 36-yard line by Gustafson. All right, there's your quarterback numbers. Zach, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been dominating defensively here today.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, I'm an athletic trainer at Louisiana Monroe. I found this league just looking into some 2K football stuff. I got real mad at Madden and kind of stumbled across the SFL. At the end of the season, I caught the end of the Tallahassee and Dallas game. Saw Dallas come back and win that game. It was really kind of got me interested, so I researched the league and really liked what I saw, so decided to try and get involved and be a part of this.
And we had a challenge there. The play's going to stand. I was going to say that's probably the right call. So Brooklyn's going to lose a timeout. Virginia Beach is still driving. So Zach, what's the experience been like since you found the league? How many teams have you talked with? Or are you excited about going to a particular destination? What's been going on behind the scenes? I'm sure your direct messages have been lengthy.
I've been very excited. This community's been awesome to get involved with. It's been great getting to know the people. You know, they kind of just welcomed me in with open arms.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm so sorry, Zach. Just a minute. Gustafson, did he catch that?
That was a wild catch.
I thought he dropped it. Look at this again. Oh, he caught that.
Holy cow.
He caught that right in front of Thomas Rahman Jr., who already has a pick, and it's first down to the 42-yard line. We're about to hit the 2-minute warning, so go ahead, Zach. My apologies.
Not a problem. That was an exciting play. You know, like I said, this community's been awesome about welcoming me in. You know, I've probably been in contact with every single team here. I'm sure some of these guys are tired of hearing from me. Because I've been, you know, really DMing everybody. You know, it's been great to get involved. I don't know if there's really one team I'm excited to be on. I'm just excited to be a part of this league and get a chance at, you know, just get a chance to be on this field and get involved with the team and prove myself out here.
So that pass is incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10. And we're trying to, there we go. We had some audio interruptions there on that. Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, just want to make sure we had a hiccup there on the Discord side of things. 2nd down and 10 from the 42. Drew's pass is caught for a first down to the 31-yard line. They're in field goal range to potentially tie the game. Gustafson with the catch. Zach, you want overtime or you want to win?
Honestly, you know, I'm a little bit of an aggressive play call. Let's go for the win. But if nothing else, kind of keep it close, get that field goal. Let's go overtime. I think we can pull it out.
105 people watching. Wouldn't that be crazy? Overtime in the inaugural rookie showcase. It's a toss play out to Streeter. Streeter's in trouble, but manages to get that back to the line of scrimmage. So Zach, you're playing linebacker today. I know the rookie showcase and how players get onto the field is kind of a work in progress a little bit, but is that your primary position or one that you'd really like to play this year?
Probably my primary position. Yeah, I played linebacker when I was playing football in my days, but I'm open to playing just about any position on the field. There's really not. I think I've played everything but quarterback and safety. So, when I played, I'm open to anything, and just like I said, I'm really excited just to have a chance to play.
It's 3rd down and 12. Virginia Beach does not have a star kicker. Drew going long. The pass is knocked away. Pass whacked away by Thomas Rahman Jr. And this is going to be a 49-yard field goal to force overtime for Epstein.
Ooh, I don't know if that's a long field goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
But wow, they almost pulled out that touchdown.
Oh, they're going for a field goal, guys.
One-on-one coverage.
Oh,
what a play by Rahman Jr. He has really come on here in the second half. This is to tie the game for Virginia Beach. Epstein from 49. Good snap, good hold. The kick. Good, he made it. We're tied at 20.
My gosh.
Oh, man. Let's go.
Zach is going to have to hit the field again.
Hey, I'm fine with it. More chance to go out there and make some tackles, prove myself.
Zach, before you head out there, let me get your final thoughts on just participating in the SFL as a rookie. There were so many players before you that they never had a rookie showcase. Most of them never even had a draft. What's this been like, and are you happy to see it here? And is it proving to be worthwhile in your opinion?
I definitely think it's been worthwhile. This rookie showcase is really awesome. We first joined in the league. Kind of seems overwhelming. Just there's a lot of information. You got to kind of siphon through it first. But, this community has been great about answering questions and, just helping me through the process. It's been exciting. It's been fun. Like I said, just getting to know these guys has been a great honor and a great privilege. There's some awesome guys in this league, and I'm really looking forward to a chance to, stay involved and see where it goes from here.
Well, we appreciate you being here with us, Zach. Glad you got to call in as Jackson gets doubled up. Brooklyn's going to call a timeout. They have one remaining, actually. That pass caught by Frank Hubbard. But thanks for being here, Zach. Great game today. You might get some value boosts out of this, and good luck in the draft. Can't wait to say your name Tuesday night.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Ryan Andrew, this is absolutely bonkers here. 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line for Mitchell, trying to lead a game sealing drive, which could really put the attention squarely on him. Oh man, what a hit by Jamal Wooding. That is his biggest play of the day, knocking the ball away from Jackson.
It's the first time we've called Wooding's name in the game today. He came into the league really wanting to be a punter, but didn't really see the demand, so he kind of fit himself in at cornerback, and look what he can do right here. That was a catch through and through, and he canceled it out.
Remember, Brooklyn does have a star kicker, Kramer Jackman, and it'll be interesting to see a game winner for him could go a long way as well. This is 3rd and short. Got to get the first down first. Mitchell's pass caught. First down to the 46-yard line, but they did not get out of bounds. Only one timeout left, 12 seconds. That pass was caught, by the way, by Barnhart. Down to 8, down to 7. No, they just before the clock hit 7 seconds, Mitchell got the spike in. And I think you can still run one more play here, but I'm not sure if they're going to. We know that Mitchell has the arm. We saw him get into the end zone in the first half.
You definitely have to throw it to the outside here. You got to get your kicker in range. You still have a timeout, so if you're going to throw it inside, then you got to make sure it's caught.
There it is to the outside. Turn to the corner. 3 seconds left. Manning gets pushed out of bounds by Jam Pearson. And it's at the 45-yard line of Virginia Beach. That's not going to be close enough, although Jackman's probably saying, please, for the love of God, let me kick a 62-yard field goal in the rookie showcase. But they're not going to let him do it. It's going to be Moody Mitchell out there for his second Hail Mary attempt of the game. And if Mitchell wins the inaugural rookie showcase on a Hail Mary, I am walking out of this office. This would be ridiculous. 4 wide with 3 down linemen. Moody Mitchell, a chance to win it in regulation, steps up in the pocket, has a toe. No, he's sacked. He is sacked. Who got the big sack? That is Zachary Bates, forcing overtime.
Zachary Bates showing up into the broadcast at the most critical moment. When he was playing this past season as the defensive end there, he only accounted for 3 sacks, and those accounted for all of his tackles for loss. So he was not truly effective. I just think he was underutilized, but he made it count there. So go to overtime.
Here we go. Virginia Beach and Brooklyn, OT in the showcase.
We saw Gustafson with the nice kickoff return after half. We'll have to see what he does here on this kickoff return to start overtime.
Gustafson with the OT music playing. Past the 20, nothing there. Brought down to the 22-yard line by Kajana King. OT is sudden death, and it goes until we have a winner.
I was kind of wondering if Gustafson was going to break one there. I felt like he had a return in the chamber all game long, but the coverage just was too good.
Drew changing the play. He'll throw to start overtime. It's nearly intercepted. Pratchett another target. Johnson the third brings him down.
Drew's almost throwing like he's tired. He's been throwing hard all day long, and that just looked kind of like a weak toss into coverage.
269 yards rather, 2 picks. 10:53 to go in OT. Second down and 10. Handoff to Streeter. Didn't get anything. There's Thomas Rahman Jr. again in on the tackle, along with Johnson the third. And I got to say, guys, at the beginning of this game, Zach Sandlin was seeming to run away with the top defensive player honors today, but Thomas Rahman Jr. has been stellar in the second half. Third down here.
Thomas Rahman and both Stephen Hacker for Virginia Beach have both really had great second halves.
Drew deep. It's knocked away. And that pass whacked away by Pagel. Fourth down. Virginia Beach going to have to punt.
That was the play to make for Drew right there. It was just better covered by Pagel. There really wasn't a good option downfield, and he took his pick at his favorite target, but everyone knew where he was going.
That was Pratchett again, and that's like his 16th or 17th target today. He is getting a workout here in the showcase. Fourth down and 10. And Virginia Beach will have to kick it away. Wow, what a game. John Boy 26 asking what happens if there's a tie. There are no ties in the SFL. And if you like ties, well, you can just go watch soccer.
Or the NFL.
Yeah, or the NFL. First down, and great field position here for Brooklyn. And Moody Mitchell, who had a chance to win it just before regulation, but got sacked by Zachary Bates, has a chance to do it here. 27
Brooklyn
carries, 91 yards for Mercury. Go ahead, Andrew.
Brooklyn here is getting a godsend. They have fantastic field position to start for an OT.
And they got Jackman as well. And Mercury picks up just 1 yard. That tackle made on the outside by Jan Pearson, who's come up with a couple of big plays here late in regulation and early in overtime.
And running back's effectiveness on the swing rate, that's a big time play in the SFL. That's just showing what they're capable of in those situations.
By the way, Barnhart unofficially 6 receptions for 42 yards. That's really good for a tight end in a game where there's not a custom game plan to necessarily get him directly involved. It's going to be third down and 3 coming up for Mercury, but that's got to bode well for anybody who's out there looking for a tight end or a wide receiver to join their squad. So third down and short for Brooklyn to keep the drive alive with 9:15 to go in OT. It's a toss out. No, that's going nowhere. Wrapped up quickly and forcefully by Adam Williams of Virginia Beach, and Brooklyn will have to punt it away, and they can't do anything with the stellar field position.
That's unfortunate for Brooklyn. They were given a gift, and they weren't able to capitalize. Now they're going to be punting. They're going to be hiking the ball for a punt from field, opposing team's field. So
Moody Mitchell did not agree with that play call. He went over the sidelines and said, "Why run? Let's throw the ball." As this punt is going to roll down to the goal line. We haven't seen and actually, now that I think about it, how many times have we actually seen a punt today? We definitely have not seen one down inside the 10-yard line. Could a defense end this, or a safety end this game?
Yeah, Thomas Drew and Streeter both have their work cut out for them here. They got to get out of that end zone.
I got a fun fact for you here after this next play. First down and 10 from the 1-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Streeter, and he just got out of the end zone. Did you know that one of the SFL championship games, season 3, the New York Knights and the San Francisco Bulldogs, was this exact score? It was late in the fourth quarter, and New York got a safety and won an SFL title 22-20. And now, here we are in the showcase in a 2020 ball game in overtime with Brooklyn trying to do the same. They run a draw. That's still good.
That's it.
And Brooklyn's going to get the win as Thomas Rahman Jr. gets the safety and the walk-off victory for the Rush.
Oh, my God.
Thomas Rahman, we brought it up in the second half. He's been on fire, and it's only fitting that he's the one that gets that safety.
Oh, Reggie. Sorry that's the way your showcase ends, but dude, that is rough.
Wow. You can't write this. Look at those numbers. What a game. What a game. So many rookies to get to. Let's run down some numbers that we have for you right now. Mercury, 94 yards and a touchdown. Streeter, 64 yards and a touchdown. Kruger finished with 8 solo tackles for Virginia Beach, and for Brooklyn, Rahman Jr. led the way with 7. Rauken and Bates each with a sack to lead the way in those categories. Thomas Drew. Oh, he beat Moody Mitchell by 3 yards. Each had a touchdown and 2 picks, so he's going to win that value boost. Jackman and Epstein, both with 2 made field goals. Nobody missed kicks today. Gustafson added 158 kick return yards to his name. Pratchard, 121 yards and a score. Ashley Jackson, 109 yards and a score. So it looks like Pratchard's going to win that category. Mercury will win the running category. Let's get some thoughts and reaction. We'll start with Andrew.
Well, Mercury on top of rushing, that's pretty much exactly where I expected to see it. However, I did not expect him to be sub 100 yards. I was expecting him to go for about 120 today, so that was surprising. Defenses were way better than I thought. We didn't really have a whole lot of sacks, and both quarterbacks were under 300. So these were, this was a defensive game. Your defensive players are looking to get some serious looks and some good value out of this. I think it was, did Kyle Kruger end up with the most tackles?
Yeah, Kyle Kruger.
That's insane to me because we barely called his name compared to Sandlin. So sorry, Kyle. Apparently you went under the radar as best we could. So we have the best players available to get these values.
Here you go, player of the game. Ashley Jackson. She'll receive a 2-point value boost if she needs it. So congratulations, Ashley Jackson, with 109 yards and a touchdown. And by the way, shave that mustache, will you?
Got that 5 o'clock shadow going on.
We'll go through final numbers here while we continue our reaction. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm actually a little surprised that the game gave it to Ashley Jackson with Rich Pratchard having the more yardage and also the touchdown. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it came off of the yards per reception, where she was just more efficient with her catches.
Well, and on the winning team too.
Yep, and that's all that is as well. I mean, I forgot the game doesn't really care for giving MVP to losing teams.
So Jackson's going to get now a 3-point value boost potentially as you look at the final numbers. Both teams with 18 first downs, and the amount of punts that we had. Boy, 9. It doesn't feel like that. That game was clean.
Yeah, it didn't feel like there were 9 punts, especially with both quarterbacks having 2 turnovers. I'll have to kind of go along with Andrew there. I was expecting at least Mercury to be over the 100-yard mark. He did get close. He was only 6 yards short. But I was expecting him to be up there, probably about 120, maybe 130. But yeah, both these defenses really came to play, and they really gave it their alls. And it only shows Thomas Rahman kind of finishing that game off with that safety. Then they also put him as the second highest tackles in the game. And as a defensive guy, I love seeing that. I love seeing these defensive players come in with the chip on their shoulder and just taking over a game.
By the way, Garrison, Hacker, and I believe Austin Jones is Justin Jones, my apologies, is going to split the pass defended points for being the leaders in that category, and then Hacker, Rahman Jr. Will split the interception numbers as we look over those final stats. The tackle for loss, Garrison had 2, Sandlin had 2, Riley had 2, Rauken had 2, Maverick had 2, so splits in a lot of ways there. Kruger finishing with 10.5 tackles total.
Yeah, this actually brings, let's see here, Maverick, Jones, Rahman Jr., and Hacker now become Max Silver qualified. They eliminate the first week of check-ins that they missed, and we now have 4 more. So look at that. We had, what was it, 7? Now we have 11. Max Silver capable rookies. So that may change things. That's really great to see.
Making an impact in it, and it could prompt a team to take them at that particular position in order to gain the Max Silver as well. We'll see how it all plays out on Tuesday. Well, our MVPs don't count for anything, but we all got to watch this game in full. I'm going to go around the horn as to who the both of you believe was the true MVP of this ball game. Win or lose, who was the most impressive player on the field for you guys? We'll start with Andrew.
I'm going to take everyone's answer, and Zach Sandlin, 11 total tackles, which was as much as basically the same amount as Kyle, although Kyle had 8 solos. Sandlin made the plays that he made those tackles on. Those were plays that seemingly mattered more. He was chasing down receivers in the backfield. He was disrupting the offense. That was a great game from Sandlin, and he wants to play that position in the SFL, and he has earned that right in my opinion.
All right, Ryan, what was yours?
I'm going to go with the guy that sealed the game, honestly. He had his second half of the game really turned around for him. He had his interception. He ended up second most solo tackles in the game for Thomas Rahman. And Thomas Rahman Jr., he came to play the second half. I don't know, he might have got a phone call from his dad over there in Vegas. Told him, "What the heck are you doing out there? You got to do better for our family name here." And he really came to play that second half. I mean, that final play of the game was definitely in icing on the cake for him, and he had a clean look at that too. So he found himself in the perfect spot for it. So he'll be my personal MVP for this game.
Shan Varner says that John Barnhart is his MVP. As a tight end, he very much enjoyed that. Barnhart with a really, really nice game at tight end. Getting him involved with a basic playbook is not easy to do, and Brooklyn did that today. Well, for me, the MVP comes because of the best play, and this was the best play of the day in my opinion. This is Reggie Streeter breaking a tackle of Garrison, and now watch what happens here to the defender. Look at that. And actually, that was, thankfully, that's not a rookie eligible for the draft, but he just shook him out of his shoes, and Streeter gets the touchdown. I'll show it to you at full speed because it's just that much more nasty. Oh, that is just brutal. Virginia Beach gets the loss, but Reggie Streeter makes the impression today. Well, what a broadcast. We thank you all for being here. We thank everybody for their hard work and getting prepared for the draft. For Ryan Karpinski, Shan Varner on stats, Andrew Rastelli and Karpinski holding the draft situations down. Ryan, you joining us on Tuesday night for the draft?
Depends. What time is it at again?
6 o'clock Central?
Unfortunately, no. I will not be able to get off from my other job on time to be able to do that one.
And that's why you're the assistant.
Exactly.
From all of us, with that, from all of us at the SFL, thank you all, seriously, and Ryan too, for all your hard work in the Simulation Football League. What a great week we're about to have. Virginia Beach beats Brooklyn 22-20 in the Rookie Showcase. I'm Cameron Irvine. Good night.